One prince lost the throne, one uncle tried to make peace, and one city, Lagos, descended into chaos. This is the true story of 19th century Lagos, where royal succession turned into a decade of long blood feud that changed the West African island's history forever. The year is 1829. Lagos Island, yes, the same Lagos that is now Nigeria's megacity, was ruled by King Idewu Ojulari, but Idewu had one fatal flaw. He was incredibly greedy. He squeezed his chiefs and followers for everything they had until they couldn't take it anymore. They complained to the powerful Oba of Benin, who sent Idewu a package containing a skull, a sword, and a chilling message. The people of Lagos no longer recognize you as king. That's 19th century royal council culture right there. Idewu got the message and took his own life in 1834. Now here is where it gets juicy. Idewu had a brother named Prince Kosoko. Think ambitious, bold, and absolutely ruthless. By all rights, Kosoko should have been next in line, but there was one problem. He had an enemy. Chief Eletu Odibo, the king's most powerful official, had a personal vendetta against Kosoko. Why? Because Kosoko had stolen his girlfriend. But Eletu's revenge was next level petty. First, he accused Kosoko's sister of witchcraft, a career-ending accusation in those days. Then, in the most disturbing move imaginable, he had Kosoko's mother's body dug up from her grave and thrown into the lagoon. This wasn't just politics, this was personal warfare, and Eletu wasn't done. He manipulated the traditional Ifa oracle, the sacred system used to choose kings, to ensure Kosoko would never wear the crown. Instead of Kosoko, they brought back former king Adele from exile in Badagry. When Adele died 2 years later, his son Oluwole took over. But Kosoko wasn't giving up. He gathered support and launched what historians call the Ogun-Ewe Koko, literally the War of the Cocoyam Leaves. The rebellion failed spectacularly. Kosoko had to flee Lagos, escaping down the western lagoon to Port Novo and then to Ouidah in present-day Benin. But here is the twist. During his exile, Kosoko learned a new trade from Portuguese and Brazilian merchants, the slave trade. The rightful prince had become what we would now call an international criminal. In 1841, King Oluwole died in a gunpowder explosion. Yes, really, the chief chose Akitoye, Kosoko's uncle, as the new king. Now, Akitoye made a decision that would haunt Lagos against all advice. He decided to reconcile with his nephew. He recalled Kosoko from exile, made him chief of Ereko, giving him his own district to rule. Big mistake. Kosoko immediately began rebuilding his power base, winning over chiefs and the growing Muslim community in Lagos. When Chief Eletu Odibo, remember, Kosoko's original enemy, tried to leave for Badagry, Kosoko saw his chance and struck. What followed was the Ogun Olomiro, the Saltwater War. Why Saltwater War? Because during the 3-week siege, the people of Lagos were forced to drink brackish water from contaminated wells. This time, Kosoko won. King Akitoye fled to Abeokuta and Prince Kosoko finally claimed the throne he had been denied for over a decade. But here is the irony. Akitoye, later portrayed by the British as an anti-slavery hero, was actually financed by a notorious slave trader named Jose Domingo. The good guys and the bad guys weren't as clear-cut as colonial history books would have you believe. Now, why does this family drama matter? Because it caught the attention of the British Empire. In 1850, the British Foreign Secretary received visits from missionaries and merchants, including Samuel Ajayi Crowther, all demanding actions against the slave trade in Lagos. But let's be real, this wasn't about humanitarian concerns. The British wanted Lagos as a natural port for their trade with the interior, especially the thriving city of Abeokuta with its 50,000 inhabitants. They painted Kosoko as the villain and Akitoye as the victim, setting up the perfect excuse for what came next. In 1851, the British Navy bombarded Lagos, removed Kosoko from power, and reinstalled Akitoye as their puppet king. By 1861, Lagos became a British colony. What started as a personal vendetta over a stolen girlfriend had escalated into a succession war that handed Lagos to the British on a silver platter. Sometimes, most power conflicts have the most epic consequences. Like and follow, comment in the comment section if you want to get the true view of how the British bombarded Lagos.